Arsenal, Burnley.
I think this one's pretty straightforward.
Yeah, Burnley upset. Arsenal for me, 3-0.
I'll go 3-1, just because I think Burnley are starting to reach that point now of no return where they have to...
Not the point of no return.
Well, the point of no return in that, like, they're losing almost every game.
Of course, they're Burnley.
They're losing almost every single game, and they're trying... They're playing very progressively, but it's backfiring a lot.
Well, I remember Norwich coming into the Norwich.
So they're the new Norwich now.
Yeah.
So I think they're still going to go for it.
And Swindon Town back in the day when they came in.
Yeah, that's probably a bit before.
That's so much before your time, buddy. So much before your time.
It's probably the second time I've ever heard Swindon Town in my life.
When was the first?
I can't remember.
Okay.
I'm going to go 3-1, and Ollie's gone 3-0 Arsenal. Yeah.
I'm going to, they've given up 27 goals this year, It's almost 3 a game. I think Arsenal could do them 5-1.
They could. Yeah. I just think...
it's not going to be pretty.
Yeah. Arsenal...
If I was a Burnley fan, I would not get on a bus to watch that game.
I think also Arsenal are going to be seriously motivated this weekend, considering the controversy around Newcastle. And I think something like that actually galvanizes a team when you feel like you've been robbed.
Yeah, and Arteta, you can't fault the guy.
So, no, he's definitely passionate. So, yeah.
Well, he's Spanish, isn't he?
Maybe. I don't know. No, I think he is.
I think he is. I don't know. Who's up next?
Bournemouth, Newcastle.
Bournemouth, Newcastle. That's pretty... Well, yeah, that's straightforward.
I mean, Bournemouth got
7-10 on Newcastle to win that game. That's a nice price. I might look at throwing Man United and Newcastle into a parlay, a two-teamer. Let's see what that pays out. So we get that and that. 13-10 for a Man United win over Luton and a Newcastle win over Bournemouth. That's tasty. And I'm gonna have that's a good bet.
If I look at all the games this weekend, those are probably the two closest things to a guaranteed win, if compared to the other games. So,
yeah,
good options.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna go with a. I'm gonna go 3-1 Newcastle.
Okay.
What are you saying?
Ollie's also gone for 3-1. I think I'm going to go for 2-0 Newcastle.
Yeah.
Just because I think...
You want to be original.
Yes. Yeah. I don't want to have the same score as everyone. But also Newcastle didn't play well against Dortmund in the week.
No.
They might be a bit tired. They have some injuries. And Bournemouth at home is a lot more difficult. I mean, City clapped them last week, but that was at the Etihad.
Yeah.
So I think Bournemouth will put up a bit more of a fight this week, so 2-0.
Okay. Well, there's only there's 2 goal difference in 3-1 or 2-0.
I know. It's just...
I'm going to hold you to account, right? All year. I'm going to be a niggly little fucker. Then we have Liverpool versus Brentford. 4-9 on Liverpool. Are they missing a lot of guys?
Not really. I think Brentford are just a bit of a bogey team for the big sides.
Yeah.
They overperform against bigger teams because they usually, I think if, they beat West Ham last week, but I think last season they played Liverpool and they kind of, even though Liverpool weren't as good, they bullied Liverpool, they dominated.
Well, they're in the top half of the table.
And they definitely have the weapons to hurt Liverpool.
Are they packing?
Big time. And Liverpool at home, so they shouldn't struggle the same way they did against Luton with converting their chances. I think the problem will just be because I think Ryan Gravenberch is injured, so is Curtis Jones.
Yeah. So
how will they line up in midfield is probably the only question, really. Will Luis Diaz play as well? But because I think when Jota, I think the front three they went against Luton, Jota, Nunez and Salah, none of them really played that well. Darwin probably played the best, but Jota is a great finisher, but he doesn't really offer much.
Yeah.
off the ball. And Brentford's probably a team when you play, you need someone to get in behind and move a lot and come fetch the ball. Whereas Jota's like, he's a finisher. He isn't someone that's going to move the same way Diaz does.
Yeah.
But personally, I think Liverpool should still take this. I'm going to go 2-1.
Yeah, I think 3-1 for me. Liverpool are a little bit dicey at the back, but I think they've got some goals in them this weekend.
Ollie's also gone for 3-1. You guys have got quite a lot of the same picks here.
Yeah, well, he is first and I am second. That would make you last.
Yeah, I've got to catch up somehow.
As they said in the movie Talladega Nights, or Talladega. What was that movie with Will Ferrell?
I think it's Talladega Nights.
Yeah. If you ain't first, you're last. Applies to me as well. Who's up next?
So I think we've still got Villa Fulham.
Yeah. Villa Fulham.
Yeah, that's next.
Look, Villa at home. I'm going to take them 2-0. They're a much better side at home than they are on the road.
I think last week was a bit of a blip.
Yeah, and I think they'll be, like you say, motivated. Certainly wouldn't look good going like they're in a European place now. 22 points, 10 points differential, 26 scored, 16 against. They're not a bad side, well coached, and they've got some weapons.
And Fulham definitely have it in them to capitulate.
Yeah.
They play well once every 4 weeks, but otherwise they get hammered every week.
Fold like a deck chair at a hot dog eating contest. Yeah, I get it. Where are we going to now?
So Ollie said 2-1 to Villa, and I'm going to go 3-0 Villa.
3-1.
Okay.
Yeah, Villa.
Then I think next is Brighton Sheffield. I think this is pretty
straightforward.
Yeah.
Yeah, as Brighton plummet down the table from leading it the first couple of weeks. Yeah, they were top performers for a while. They're regressing. They are regressing. I think 3 ties in the last 5 games, no wins. But Sheffield, it's Sheffield.
Sheffield's got the worst defence, I think, in the league.
Yeah, I think give them 27 goals.
First one of the season against Wolves. Brighton are better than Wolves. Brighton at home as well.
Yeah, I think. I think 3-1 for me again for Brighton.
I think I'm gonna go 4-0 to Brighton. I'm gonna say a big one.
You just can't see. You just want to be original.
Yeah.
What say Ollie?
Ollie says 1-0 to Brighton.
What the fuck?
So I think he expects Sheffield to just sit back and play like Everton did. But we'll see. I just think Sheffield, man for man, aren't as talented as the other teams in the league. So they try and sit back. But that really hasn't worked for them this season. I mean, you can't be a defensive team and concede the most goals in the league. It just doesn't really work like that. So.
Well, they're also Sheffield at 10-1 if you fancy the upset, but I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be dining out on that.
And then I think there's just 2 more left. West Ham Forest.
West Ham Forest. I like West Ham at home. Sorry, I like West Ham at home. Not so much on the road, and equally. I like Forest at home and not so much on the road. So just, when I look at the stats, looking at where the teams are, they're right beside each other, 12 and 13. I like West Ham to win this game.
Yeah, I agree.
Though they're not in a great run of form, I like West Ham to win this 2-1.
I think, West Ham at home they've gotten good results. So I'm going to agree with Ollie here, both go 1-0, Forest win.
Forest win?
I mean, West Ham win. Sorry.
It's okay. Yeah, we're all in agreement on that one.
Then Chelsea City.
Chelsea City. At Stamford Bridge.
Yeah. Not that means anything for them. I think that when you have 1 win at Stamford Bridge.
Look, they'll be up for this game. Yeah. There's no doubt about that in terms of, you always want to measure yourself against the best. But I think Chelsea 3-1, and then those odds shrink down to 55% or 6-10, on the 30 grand bet we're going to make on Man City to win the league. So I'll be cheering for Man City in this game. 3-1 for me, Man City.
Okay. Yeah, I think Chelsea, the scoreline against Spurs flattered them a lot. I think if Spurs were man for man, didn't get 2 red cards, don't think Chelsea would have won that game. I think they don't even think they would have drawn that game.
Yeah.
Because they probably missed about 8 very good chances against Spurs.
So we've got an 80% return on Man City, a Man City win. That's not worth that's not bad for a grand this weekend, a Man City outright win.
I think City, whether they're home or away, they pretty much played the same. So Chelsea haven't been good at home. They've almost been better away. I think they've been better away from home.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to go 3-1 City. And I think Ollie's gone 3-1 City as well.
So we're all on 3-1 City.
So Chelsea are going to win.
The Holy Trinity.
Yeah.
Exactly. Cool. Great to have you in.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks, man. It's been always a pleasure speaking to the Moneyball. And thanks to the crew. Make every bet a winning bet this weekend, folks, and good luck.